So our first presenter is Dr. Sangeeta. Sangeeta is a researcher and has recently received her PhD in disaster risk mitigation and management from the Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee, IITR. She holds a BTech degree in civil engineering and MTech degree in disaster mitigation and management. Her research interests are GIS-based landslide zonation mapping through geostatistical models and numerical modeling for earthquake-induced slope failure at the site-specific level. During her doctoral program, she worked on several projects related to disaster risk reduction, which resulted in published papers, book chapters, and conference presentations. Her current research explores various facets of disaster in the Indian Himalayan region. As a member of the scientific community contributing to innovative research in disaster risk reduction in 2019, she is a young scientist in integrated integrated research on disaster risk (IRDR), which is a research program co-sponsored by International Space Council and United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction. Sangeeta, over to you. Are you here? Sangeeta, you're on mute if you are speaking. Yeah, great.
Okay, now I'm audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, okay. My slides are visible, I hope.
Yes, you might need to put it in the, this one.
Okay, now it's visible.
It is visible, but it's still in the PowerPoint.
Okay,
Yeah, great.
okay, okay, thank you. Very good afternoon to everyone. I'm Sangeeta. I have completed my doctorate degree in disaster mitigation and management from the Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee. Earlier, I had completed my Bachelor of Technology degree in civil engineering and Master of Technology degree in disaster mitigation and management. So today I would share my experience as a research scholar in disaster mitigation and management field. In this talk, I'll share my experience during MTech and PhD. Then I'll share importance of PhD in DMM field. After this, I'll share the options available after PhD and associated risks. So the very first question is why did I opt for masters in disaster management field? So to be very honest, pursuing my masters in disaster mitigation and management was not the first choice. I remember my first day at center, I was little bit confused whether I should join water resource department or disaster, as I was waitlisted in the department of water resource as well, and WRDM department was quite well established as compared to center. So that day, I interacted with Professor Garola, who was the head of center that time, and he motivated us for disaster research and makes us realize that this is the new future. DMM course in IIT Roorkee is multidisciplinary, so it's an excellent platform to learn about different aspects of disaster. As a part of my master's program, I have gained knowledge about the technical, social, and financial aspects of disaster management. For my second year project, I have worked on the seismicity of northwestern Himalaya, and during my master's, I have done a one month long internship with NIDM. Now moving to the next part, why did I opt for a PhD even after completing my master's? So doing a master's in disaster management field was definitely accidental in my case, but pursuing a PhD as a career option was an informed choice. Choosing PhD has manifold reasons. PhD is one of the core fundamental research, whereas master is just a beginning. PhD opens a scope for position in good institutes, faculty positions in good institutions, postdoc research position. It provides advanced lab exposure from domain expert, platform to attend various workshop training program and international exposure. After my master's, I wanted to pursue my career in research, so I have opted PhD in disaster mitigation and management. During my BTech, I was very passionate about geotechnical engineering, so I took a landslide, which is a geotechnical problem, as a research topic for my PhD. I had joined my PhD in 2015, and recently I have completed in 2021. These years are the most challenging period of my life. I have learned so many things. The title of my PhD thesis is Earthquake and Rainfall Induced Landslide Hazard Assessment in Uttarakhand. During my PhD, I have worked on regional level landslide hazard assessment and site specific slope stability analysis. I have published several research articles in national and international level peer-reviewed journals. In addition, I have attended and presented my research work at four international and three national conferences. In 2018, I have presented my research work at 16th European Conference on Earthquake Engineering, Thessaloniki, Greece. I have participated in various training programs, workshops at the international and national forums, which have enhanced my knowledge through formal lessons, tutorials, and field training. In September 2019, I have participated in a 2 week long international school in landslide risk assessment and mitigation at the University of Lausanne, Switzerland. And in 2019, I have been appointed as a IRDR young scientist. Now, moving on to the next part, what does PhD means in this field? In my opinion, scientific research definitely helps in managing a disaster. As we know, earthquakes, landslides, storms, heat waves, and floods have been leading causes of death. The most recent figures show that natural disaster cost lost $131.7 million in 2018 and affected millions of people around the world. While some natural hazards are unpredictable, several technologies and research promise to help with the forecasting and prevention and allow responders to act sooner rather than later. To help reduce the loss of life, scientists today employ a wide array of technological tools to better anticipate natural disasters and improve weather forecasting. With the technological advancements such as artificial intelligence and machine learning, making it easier for scientists to process and interpret a large amount of data, weather prediction and its impact on population can now be better addressed. In the past 22 years, the cyclone forecast system and evacuation procedure have evolved rapidly, as a result of which the death tolls in recent cyclone like Amphan and Yas have been considerably lower. In 2099, a super cyclone devastated Odisha, claiming more than 10,000 lives. However, during the latest very severe cyclone Yas, the total number of deaths were very less, approximately 20. Now the next question, what after PhD? There are plenty of opportunities after PhD like postdoc, faculty position or industry. For postdoc, you can interact with the same domain expert, focus on the publication in research field. Most important part is publication. Approach individual professors who is working in the field of your interest. Apply to different fellowship. There are so many fellowship available for postdoc. Now, there are some challenges associated with doing your master's and PhD in disaster management. I would like to mention some here. DMM is interdisciplinary branch, so there is difficulty in establishing a relationship between multiple disciplines. So having a master's and PhD in interdisciplinary branches has its own drawback. The reality is our education system is ready for the interdisciplinary curriculum, but our job system is not ready yet. So it's really very disappointing when you have a PhD from one of the best institutes and still you cannot get into academia. Through my experience, my suggestion would be try to connect with your parent degree. There are a number of ways where you can connect and collaborate your bachelor knowledge with the disaster specific domains. For example, if you want to pursue your research in landslide disaster and your bachelor degree in civil engineering, you can go for the slope failure problems. It's a application of geotechnical engineering. Similarly, if you have a background in GIS and remote sensing, you can go for the hazard and susceptibility modeling and landslide detection through satellite image. Second challenge is publication. Be aware with the publication requirement in different institutes. If you have background in engineering, try to publish your paper in SCI and Scopus journals. And other hand, if you are from social science background, then go for social science citation in depth. Make sure your publication get a value during your job process. With these words, I would like to thank NIDM and CRRP for this wonderful webinar and giving us an opportunity to share our experience. Thank you.